Hello and welcome to this video. My name's David Thorne. This is now the third video in my Docker Basics tutorial series. In this video, we're just going to be talking about how to manage the different pulled images that you have on your machine right now. In the previous video, we talked about how to pull them and so on. But as you can see here, I've listed or I've already pre-pulled a whole bunch of images that are pretty standard images that you might expect to have on a server and so on, or in your local development environment. So with that said, let's get straight into it, So what we can see here is we've got Nginx, Node, phpMyAdmin, PHP 8.2 FPM installed, Debian Bookworm, and MySQL 8.1, just all of these images pulled. Now, if you want to be able to then delete them, we saw this in the previous video where we just said then Docker RMI, and this allows you then to delete any image, either using the actual repository name, including the tag, and if you've already pre-downloaded or pulled the Nginx repository image, and you use the latest, then we just need to say then Nginx, because it will always default to the latest. Now, if you haven't pulled the latest, but you've pulled, for example, here, like the MySQL or the Debian or the PHP, we haven't pulled the latest, we've pulled a specific tag. Just by saying here, Docker RMI and then PHP, you'll see that it says, hey, I don't know what you're talking about, PHP latest. So you've got to be more specific. Now, you can be specific in one or two ways. You can either say the image ID, right, and that's super specific by saying this, or you can then use the beginning number. So as long as the first number is unique, and here it is, there's no other image with 0 at the beginning, right? If we chose 5, you can see here there's 2 with 5, so we'd have to go to the next number. So being able to pull the images is fine, but at one point they start taking up some space on your computer, on your laptop, on your server. So you want to be able to clean them up as well. So it's a good idea to understand how to delete a single image or delete all of the images and so on. So here we're just going to delete then the PHP 8.2-FPM. And like I said, we can do it then the explicit way, is just then by going PHP and then the tag after that as well, and this will delete it, and it will just do it nice and easy there. Otherwise, we can then, like I said, we can copy and paste then the image ID. That's really kind of synonymous to saying the actual repository followed by the tag, all right? But like I said, because the image ID is unique, if we just say 0, this will go ahead and delete it. But if we say then Docker RMI 5, you'll see here that it doesn't have 5 latest because it's not unique anymore. So we have to be unique. And now in this sense, phpMyAdmin with 5.1 is then unique. So we can then say here, and as you can see, it deletes a whole bunch of stuff from phpMyAdmin. So let's just go back and re-pull phpMyAdmin. And it will pull then the latest version, and it will go back down and pull all of the different layers. This is a good introduction to it. It's all the different layers of this one image. And once it's done, yeah, it will be finished. And we can come back here and then say Docker images once again. And we have it there again. Okay. And let's just go and do Docker pull and then 8.2, whoops, 8.2 and dash FPM, and get this installed again as well. Now it's always handy to be able to just literally just do it like a super clean of all of your images, and this can be done relatively easy. Now I wouldn't kind of suggest doing it because it can sometimes get a little bit dangerous if you've got work up and running, but if you're certain that nothing on this system needs to stay and you can remove everything, then just follow this one command. So Docker RMI is to say, hey, remove images, and dash F is to say, hey, force this. I just want you to do it anyway. And in here, we're going to say Docker image, and then dash, or image, then ls is going to list them. And we're then going to say dash Q, and this is only going to give us then the image IDs itself. That's it. So we do this. You can see it literally just lists through all of them, and we do Docker images once again, and all of the images are now gone. All right, so let's now just do, say, pull the Nginx once again. And once it's done, we're going to download and pull another one as well. So we're going to say this time Nginx then 1.2 1.24 instead, and we're pulling this. And there is another way that you can also let Docker clean up for you, all right? And it's kind of like, I'm just going to show you. So we can say Docker image, then prune, all right? And what this is going to do, this will remove all dangling images. So basically any image that you're not using right now, so any image where you haven't got a container, we haven't spoke about containers yet, you haven't got a container running. So basically you've not used it. And we can just say here Docker images, and we can still see it, all right? But if we then just say help, we can then get remove all unused images, not just dangling ones, all right? So let's just go and do this, and we can then say Docker images prune, or Docker image, sorry, prune, and then we say -A, and this will then go off and remove all of the images. So, and then we have none left. So that's basically a few ways of being able to delete the images. We can also inline it as well. So if we say pull Nginx, and we pull it once again, and now let's go ahead and pull the MySQL latest image. Whoops, let's run. Let's go ahead and pull the latest MySQL. So now we can see that we've got two images here. We can also then say Docker RMI and then Nginx and MySQL, and this will then inline it. So we can do a list of all of the images that we want to delete, and it will just do exactly the same thing. And so this is basically a way of managing all of your pulled images. Now we can dive a little bit deeper into seeing the configuration files. Or any of like how it is built, the different layers, what ports are open, what environment variables it has, and so on a little bit further by using the inspect command. But this video is about how to manage the pulled images, and in the up and coming videos we'll talk about how to inspect them a little bit further. With that said, if you do have any questions or concerns, please feel free to put them in the comment section below. If you have anything that you think I didn't go into detail enough about, then I'm more than happy to make a continued video about this to explain the stuff that I didn't talk about properly or well enough. Otherwise, please think about giving me a like or a dislike if required. Otherwise, feel free to subscribe to the channel so you kind of get notified when I release any new videos. With that said, thank you very much for watching, and I wish you a nice day and see you in the next video. Ciao, ciao, and goodbye.